So I just got back from a walk and I've had an idea for a video. Mainly because a lot of you are still saying things in the comment sections to my videos which are frightening the crap out of me. So here's another video for you guys. 5 things you need to think about given the Soul Temple now exists. Let's go! So let's talk, again, about the Soul Temple. I say again, for those of you watching this in the magical YouTube future because the algorithm gave it to you, you won't know. This is my 3rd video I'm making today. This new update is wild, and people are really all over the place on it. So let's talk about the first initial thing you need to know about, right? Let's talk about scaling, and it's not quite a direct thing to do with this update, but it is important that you understand how it works. So look at my sword flash here, for example. Those do be some pretty big numbers when it comes to her health and her attack stat. Now, scaling's a really important concept to understand, because if you go ahead and look at a base 5-star sword flash, you'll see her stats are completely different, right? And that's because these are her base stats. Scaling is huge because it all comes from multipliers and things that enhance their abilities. And heck, that's a level 100 sword flash. So she's already got some scaling that's coming from the fact that she's level 100. I can go ahead and show you like a level 1 base seer. Oh, that's a genius idea, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So do I have a level? No, mine are enhanced. But funnily enough, just the fact that they're enhanced, you can see the difference between these guys. Like there's an E+, there's a D-. Like scaling affects them. Look, even though this one is like only getting 629 attack, the difference between that and 456 is literally thousands, right? And that's before you add levels, that's before you add equipment. Like these are bare naked seers. The only thing that's adding to them is guild tech and whatever other passives I have floating around. That's before we add monster bonuses, that's before we add Celestial Island bonuses, like all the crazy stuff that ends up piling on top of a hero. Heck, you even gain scaling bonuses when it comes to just armor alone. That is giving not only fixed base stats, but also scaling in and of itself. So scaling is everywhere, and it's really important. So when people are like, oh, why is this update impactful? Well, quite frankly, you are adding to the base stat of your hero, which then enhances all the additional scaling that you get on top of that. So yes, I'm getting 3,349 attack here, but that's 3,349 before it scales up the wazoo. Now, speed is probably the only stat here that's not heavily impacted, because speed is different. Speed is additive, not multiplicative. So speed just adds to itself. So that's actually quite nice. I like that I only have 29 additional speed. That means I can give a Rogan 30 extra speed points from their imprints or from something, and Sword Flash is still going to be slower than them when I'm doing crazy shenanigans. So that's fine. And that actually leads me on to my next point brilliantly. Understand speed. Or should I call this speed awareness? Now, I'm not talking about those courses you go on for driving too fast, then the police say, no, 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 you got to go on a speed awareness course now. I'm explaining that, quite frankly, increasing the speed on your heroes is going to change the order they attack. And that is huge. For things like energy feed, where when a hero uses a demon bell, for example, as part of their active skill, they will give energy to your team. Now, one fantastic strategy is to have Rogans quicker than a Sword Flash, so that they can then feed energy into the Sword Flash before she goes ahead and does whatever she wants to do in round 1, which means you can give her a comfortable artifact. In this case, Augusta's Magic Ball is terrible because that's boosting her speed, but for something like that, I would use like a Punisher of Immortal or Melodic Strings, but the Melodic Strings has energy, so let's just say I'm using Punisher of Immortal, right? For the argument. Not this crappy unupgraded one, but an actual proper one that's splendid. But let's say I'm using that, right? She can still do an active skill round 1 thanks to energy feed, because if she's slower than the Rogans, the energy outburst will give her energy, putting her to a point where that active skill goes through. That's fantastic in the Void Vortex. However, if you're mindlessly improving your hero through Awakening and you go, oh crap, I've just given her 29 speed, and if there's no way that you can find that speed difference, then unfortunately your Sword Flash is now way too fast for those strategies to work. So there's the second thing I want you to think about. Speed awareness, because mindlessly improving the speed of your heroes can actually be negative if you don't know what you're doing. So it's an important thing to consider. Number 3 is aimed at newer players, and this is where do I choose to awaken my heroes. Now, in this case, for my VIP series, you can see I've gone ahead and upgraded Sword Flash. And that's good, right? Because Sword Flash is my main hero. She does all the crazy stuff I needed to do. And ultimately, she is the backbone of most of my teams and most of my damage. That may change when I get a Vesa, but for now, Sword Flash is my main hero. But a lot of you don't have Sword Flash. Or you're in the mid game, and actually your most potent hero is Hello, Eloise, right? And you will want to go ahead and awaken Eloise up. So depending on the stage of the game you're in, different heroes are going to be more valuable. Now, I will stress, Eloise is the best hero in the mid-game, regardless of what your account looks like, until you get to like 8 Demon Bells and you can start doing energy feed shenanigans with a Sword Flash, in which case Sword Flash becomes more potent. But given this new update is out now, you can pump up an Eloise even more. You can make her even more powerful. It's going to make her way more reliable. So even now, I'm going to stress to you guys, go for Eloise. I saw a guy comment on one of my YouTube videos, and you probably know who you are. You might even be watching this right now. And they said, oh, I'm really happy. I upgraded Garuda with my free thing. And I was like, oh, no. Garuda? Like, let me just stress to you guys. Take a look at the Soul Temple. Go to the quests. You get 4 of these, right? In total, I think. There's a lot of 900s going on here. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. So 4 of these completed is going to get you to 360. There's 16 of them. So that's 4 chances to do a free awakening. That's quite a lot a month when you consider that there's a 1 in 10 chance of getting a C. So I like that. I think that's pretty good. I think those odds are nice. So let's say you're going in and you're looking for your C plus Eloise or better, right? And you're like, okay, let's see if I can find this. Then good. But if you're throwing a wasted awaken at someone like a Garuda, that's not good. So that is the third thing I want to stress to you about, is just understand which heroes you're choosing and which ones you're upgrading. Because if you're throwing things at a Garuda, it might seem like immediate value now, but in the long term, it's terrible. Like, you have 9 Eloise copies inside an Eloise, which is 9 chances to find someone good. On top of all the spare Eloise copies you have not inside the Eloise that you can switch in if you need them, assuming you have additional copies of heroes. Which, by the way, side point, that means getting additional copies of heroes can actually be really beneficial because it gives you more chances to spin and refresh. Because I don't want to start saying, oh, guys, you've got to go get your heroes from the auction marketplace, because that's not good, right? Not everyone can afford $1,000 for an A- Vesa, although the longer that sits there, the more tempted I am to do that. I'm joking. I wouldn't spend $1,000 on a hero that I don't need or have. Never. Why would I do that? I'm joking. Or am I? Anyway, the point is, go for the heroes that are going to be most beneficial for you, because you only get 4 chances a month as a free-to-play player, so do not waste it on dumb heroes like Garuda. Don't waste it on support heroes like Rogan. Go for the hero that's going to be most impactful on your account. For mid-game players, that's Eloise. Eventually, it'll get to a point where it's Sword Flash. And once you have a Sword Flash you're comfortable with, or an Eloise you're comfortable with, then you can start considering other heroes that are most impactful for you, like Halora, or if you have it, Vesa. Right? Heroes that are really going to make a difference to your account. And slowly but surely, you will eventually amass a full team that are all nicely enhanced. Maybe you want to even consider Ithaca because of the damage she gives you in broken spaces. But that's if you've got spare awakens, right? And no more Eloise copies to go for. Because if you're in mid-game, it's beneficial. Another thing to consider is tenants, right? Giving tenants these bonuses is going to improve the stats that they give your main hero. So that is also something to consider. So just bear that in mind. Now I've done Sword Flash, I'm very strongly considering going for Halora because she's a tenant for Sword Flash. It's not a terrible idea. So these are things you need to consider to improve the power of your hero and improve the power of your team all in all. Do not waste your time upgrading heroes like Garuda that are not going to be immediately good in the long term just because she's your only E5. It's a wasted awaken. Now, I briefly touched on this, but here's my 4th point. When you go ahead and look for something to upgrade, look at my account here and my Rogans. If I go ahead and enhance a Rogan that's inside this Rogan, it might seem like an immediately good idea. You might go, oh, yeah, MK, that's a great thing to do. So what I do is I put in my Rogan, I then choose this Rogan copy, and I awaken it. But that's actually not good, because if I do that, what's going to happen to my Rogan? Well, sure, I'm going to get an awakened copy of him, but now that's trapped inside the Rogan. What if it's something really bad that I don't want in him? Or what if it's something really good that I want to sell on the auction marketplace? I then can't. So my advice, if you just have copies like these level 100 ones just sitting on the outside of a hero, enhance those first. Because you can always swap them into the hero that you want to for 200 gems, or you can go ahead and disassemble them in the Soul Temple if they're really crap and if they're spare, or you can just flip them on the marketplace if you want and shove them in the auction house and see what someone buys them for. That's also something worth considering. So that would be an encouragement to you guys as well. If you have copies floating around, like I did with these Seers, for example, it's not a terrible idea to go with those, because every single copy inside this Sword Flash is trapped, right? So let me just show you. Look, all of these are trapped. I've intentionally made all my bad ones go inside here. Look, E's across the board, because these are doing nothing. They are just copies trapped inside. I can't disassemble them to get all the stuff back because I need the copies inside the Sword Flash. And to switch them around can get quite expensive with gems. So the only good one you want inside is the main one, right? Which is my B-, C-, B-1 over here, which, you know, it's not the best Sword Flash in the world, but it'll do, right? It's giving me decent stats and decent performance, so can't complain. But that's just something to consider. If you can go for copies that are outside your hero, it's much more beneficial because you have more freedom with what you can then do with that copy if it ends up being really good or really bad. And then the final thing to talk about is quite simply just the Soul Temple itself. And I really want to just tell you to familiarize yourself with what you need to do every single month, because I would hate for you guys to miss out on opportunities. So the final thing that you need to consider as part of this update is all the stuff you need to do. So we're going to finish by just reading through all this stuff. So you need to win 5 times in Interdimensional Arena to get 30 points. So you need to be doing Interdimensional Arena or not now, and you need to be winning. So suddenly being good in Interdimensional Arena actually matters now. Worth bearing that in mind. You need to complete settlement quests. So you need to go and just go in, right, to your guild settlement, and you just need to make sure that that's ticking on over. So here I go into the fortress settlement quest. I'm going to pop down my 2 fortress heroes. I'm going to start that off. There we go. I'm off doing my thing, and that is going to benefit the Soul Temple. Make sure you're doing that. You need to complete 3 battles in Trial of the Champion. So don't forget about it, right? And that's actually going to make buying arena tickets really important, because you're going to need to do Trial of the Champion and Interdimensional Arena. So suddenly things that we were bored of that weren't that important suddenly got interesting again. I like this. You need to do 10 daily quests and claim your rewards. You should be doing that every day anyway, but just make sure you're doing it. You need to fight 2 battles in the guild altar, so if you weren't already, you need to actually be signing up for the guild altar. You need to be going in here and clicking that sign up button to make sure that when this timer gets to 0, you're ready to go and slap whatever shows up, whether it's a Berea, a Faithblade, a Malassa. It's coming up, and you need to bonk it, because if you do, you're going to get some rewards. You need to go ahead and do 30 battles with players in the Guild War. So you need to make sure you're signing up for Guild War. You need to go and do your tavern quests, so make sure you're doing those. You need to complete battles or smashes in the Brave Trial. That's good, because I already smash as part of the Idle Masters, so that's helpful, but it's important to make sure you're doing the Brave Trial to the best of your ability. You need to spend compasses of seal or keys of seal in the Seal Land, so you need to make sure you're doing that. Obviously, that's going to be smashing or just attempting game modes. So actually blindly attempting Seal Land is not a bad idea, right? Even though it may end up with a ton of defeats, it's going to help you in your journey to progress here. You need to battle or smash 2 times in the Tower of Oblivion or the Tower of Dreams, so make sure you're doing the Tower of Dreams. Make sure you're blindly attacking things. Heck, maybe losing is good, because then you can attack things. It's weird, but it's a thing. Maybe you then reset and go again, because that's going to let you attack more. I don't know. Maybe you need to buy more attacks. There's lots of things to think about. This is going to be easier for people that have the Tower of Oblivion still unbeaten, so you can just blindly whack Mim Waves. But obviously, having Tower of Dreams is beneficial, because that gets you Celestial Island rewards. So I'm not encouraging you for a moment to intentionally not complete the Tower of Oblivion, but it's just going to be easier for those of you that haven't got the Tower of Oblivion finished. You need to go in adventure mode in the Celestial Island. That's good. You need to explore planets in the Void Ark, and yeah, just use up all your attempts there. You need to complete events or defeat enemies 30 times in the Realms Gate, so make sure you're going to the Realms Gate and doing your attacks. I haven't actually done any, so I've just been outed by this. I need to go do that today. And you need to challenge or smash planets 30 times in total in the Void Vortex. So again, attacking. The 3 important things in the Void, the game is now telling you to do. I like this, right? Main island quests in Celestial Island, claim them and get rewards. That's good. Those 4 quests, by the way, are the dumb crap that you have to do where you have to go and give thumbs up to people. I know it's annoying, but just go and do it. Look, there's Sanea. Let's go there. Let's go visit Steel. Let's go here. And, oh, just because it's funny and this is a YouTube video, let's look at the giant phallic bush that belongs to Balls. Absolutely terrible. I hate how he has twice as many thumbs up as I do, right? If you go back to mine, I'm a freaking streamer and I've only got 233 thumbs up, right? So here's my call out to you guys. Get me on this leaderboard, right? I'm user ID, where is it? Let me show you. It's 928-524 00631. Go give my Celestial Island a thumbs up, please. I've earned it. right? Just do it for me so that I can get on this leaderboard and so that I can have more than balls. Because I don't want to be more than a giant penis-shaped bush. It's annoying. Like, just look at this. It's not even beautiful. Zero effort, right? Bad. Look at all the time and energy I put into my Celestial Island. It's intentionally asymmetric. These randomly placed paths aren't random at all. They were intentionally done to look like this, so it's quite satisfying. Even the bushes, you'll notice, are placed offset, asymmetric, to look interesting and cool. But no, a giant penis plant is more attractive to the general Idle Heroes player. Says it all. Anyway, I've totally digressed there. That was not the correct tangent to go on. We're going to claim these quests. I need to send my sigils off, so let's claim something. Let's go down. I need all these toolboxes, so I'm just going to quickly create a team. Wait, what do you mean not enough sigils? Is Idle Master screwed me over again? 1 second. Let me just go perform all. Quick perform. Celestial Island, quick perform. There we go. Route not set. Oh! Did I get back? Am I back from Celestial Island? Oh. No, it just says route not... What? Now I am confused. Wait a minute. Wait. Hang on. No, it's fine. I'm just confused. Never mind. We're all good. And then that's done. And then we're going to go to the forest and put that there. And now I can go and complete all that. And that's just a long way of me showing you how to do those 4 quests. There you go. So by doing that every day, you're going to get yourself a little bit more progress. So let's go back to our quests. There's more to do, right? And yeah, the last one. Challenge Abyss Disaster 1 time in the Star Expedition. So that's whenever the Star Expedition is up. Unfortunately, it is not up. We're in, what was it called? The truce phase. It's asleep, basically. There's no giant tentacle monster here to kill us all, which is, well... for the best, really, because it's a very long-winded game mode. But basically, what DH Games have done by adding that quest mode is said, look, familiarize yourself with all of this, do all these things in the game, and get rewards. And that's the final point that I want to make for today's video, is know all the things on this list. Know what these things are, and do them. It's simple. It's just play the game. And it's great. It actually gives us a way of keeping track and rewarding ourselves for playing the game. And sometimes you just do need that little bit of encouragement, because from a game design standpoint, if you don't know about game design, in rewarding people for doing things is how you get them to play the game you want them to play, right? If you're ever designing a game for people to play, rewards should encourage the kind of play you want. For example, if you give someone a fancy sword in a dungeon, and they know about the sword because some ancient wizard told them, they are far more likely to go and chase that sword if they're the kind of person that sees acquiring a fancy greatsword as a reward, right? They'll be like, cool, I'm going to go do that quest now because fancy sword exists. And it's just called goal-orientated or rewards-orientated game design, right? And I talk about it for Idle Heroes as well. You need to set yourself goals to make progress. You need to understand the benefits that things are going to do. And quite frankly, DH Games have spelled it out to you. They've said, look, you are going to get a chance to awaken someone if you play our game. And I'm like, aha, good. Yes, I am so much more inclined to go and do all these things on this list now because I get to do free awakening things. And who knows, maybe you'll get yourself an A-tier hero and you can sell it for $1,000. Like that Vesa on the marketplace. Either way, hopefully you found this video informative, and hopefully it's given you 5 things to think about when it comes to this brand new update. And please, don't go upgrade Garudas. It's such a waste of an awakening. I bet you the person that upgraded that Garuda actually spent money as well. Cringe. But hey, you know what? There's going to be a ton of Garudas out there. Penny is another one that people are probably going to go for, which is yikes, because she's not even a tenant. I could understand Tix and Ithaca, because they're tenants for Eloise, but I can't understand Penny or Garuda. God, imagine if people start doing it with Bade. Nope, this video's gone on too long. Anyway, cheerio, goodbye, and like, subscribe, comment, and get your mum to watch the video. Share. I don't say that often. When was the last time a YouTuber told you to share a video? Huh? No? Okay, bye-bye. Happy idling and sod off.